All right, ladies and gentlemen. Don't ask.
I'm like,
Welcome to another Brownie Minute, where we share tips and tricks in a minute-ish. So today's trick is, or tip actually, is, maybe you don't know, because I totally haven't ever announced it, but I have oily skin. Newsflash.
Newsflash.
I'm sure you didn't know that. Yes, yeah, girl. All of this is super oily. And so over the summer, with the weather being hot and your oils kicking up even more, I've been trying to figure out ways to not use as much product on my skin and ways to keep my foundation on all day. So what the trick I've been doing is shearing down my foundation using a damp beauty blender, and when you use it damp, it does shear it down a little bit. This is just a Real Technique sponge. It's about $6. It's the traditional original beauty blender. It's about $20. There's a difference, y'all, and I do prefer these, but I'm using this right now because I'm trying to be fiscally responsible. So using this to shear down my foundation, so I'm not wearing like heavy, super full coverage foundations, because you do know that I do love a super full coverage foundation. But in the summer, that's a lot of cake. So I've been shearing down. It's too much
for the heat.
It's too much for the heat. Your face gets oily. It's just really, to be honest, it's just, don't do it. It's just not a good idea. So I've been shearing down my foundation, but what I found is that when I use a more heavy duty full coverage concealer, I can afford to do that, because where you want to look alive is really right up under here.
Absolutely.
And under here, you know, when you get these areas popping, you can afford not so much in these areas. And to be honest, you're going to add foundation and then concealer on top of here anyway. It's too much. If you want that flawless look, this is not this tip.
Nah.
This is your everyday. I'm going to work and it's going to be hot, and y'all know I work 10 hours. I don't really care about y'all that much anyway. I don't need all this makeup on my face. That's this tip. So I've been shearing down my foundation with my beauty blenders, typically what I do anyway. And then I've been grabbing my heavy duty concealers, and they have been doing the trick. So I'm just going to share just a couple of my favorites. So number one, ColourPop. I know this just launched, but this is like,
it's really good, y'all.
these are expensive, and this is up to the test. This is $6. It is a no crease, full coverage, matte. I mean, you're checking off my boxes, okay? Matte, check. Full coverage, check. Creaseless, check. Inexpensive, ding! You won. So this is really good. This is in the color Deep Golden. Great. Great great concealer for $6. Next one, MAC Pro Longwear. Y'all, MAC Pro Longwear been coming through for me. Trick to this is two tricks. Number one, do one eye at a time. You know how you do and you let it sit? If you're an oily girl, this is good for you. You want it to dry down fast because you don't want it to budge. And oiliness will budge everything. It will move and everything will be a mess on your skin. So that it is a good thing. However, put it on one eye at a time because it does move dry down quickly. And the other thing that I found is also using a damp beauty blender helps move the product. So when it does dry down, you still have the opportunity to like work it in. Next one, Sharp Shape Tape. This crap is so thick.
Shape tape. I think I looked at this and thought about it.
It is so thick. A lot of YouTubers have it as like their holy grail. I do enjoy it. Look at this applicator. You know I love a big applicator. You covering up all the space in like 2 swipes. I also love this color because it's not super bright.
Excuse me. I love.
Prior videos, but I love this color. It's not super bright. It's going to give you a very natural highlight, which sometimes I'm totally into. And it's thick. A little goes a long way. You will cake up your face using this. It is very, very, these are full coverage concealers. So remember, that's the point, because you're not using as much foundation. The next one is this Kevyn Aucoin. I just bought this, but I do really like it. It's really good. And then my next one, of course, Kat Von D. Y'all know she has a special place in my heart for oily girls. This applicator is a lot smaller, which I actually find I don't like that much. I do prefer a bigger applicator when I'm doing concealer, because you're covering up all this, and I don't really like that. So these are heavy duty, they're thick, they're going to do you right, they are full coverage, and this is a great tip if you don't want to over productify.
Yes.
Girl, I made up a word, productify. Productify your face during the summer months.
So just so you know, the tip is to sheer out your foundation, apply that first,
Yep.
and then put a full coverage concealer on for your under eye, forehead, nose, Cupid's bow here, blend it out, and it looks flawless for your everyday.
It looks flawless for you every day, and you don't have a lot of product on.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining us on our brownie minute, and we actually got it down a little bit shorter because that's the goal of our brownie minute, to keep it to smaller minutes.
Yeah.
And be sure to follow us on social media. I am Deandra Giselle on Instagram.
And I am at Miss Kev on stage.
And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And emphasis on the like.
Yes.
So,
And subscribe, girl.
Oh,
Subscribe.
yes. Definitely subscribe. Emphasis on the like so that we can get more likes on our videos. And so we also know that you guys like it. If you have a concealer that was not mentioned that is full coverage and you're in love with, be sure to put in the comments below.
Look, sister.
Let us know. Let us know, because we like to see what you guys are wearing, and sometimes we incorporate that, so don't be afraid to share. Put in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.